All right, so today we're going to be diving into something pretty interesting, pre-surgery weight loss for folks facing colorectal cancer surgery. I know it sounds a little heavy, but what we're really looking at is why people facing this big life event would choose to join a weight loss program just before having surgery.
Yeah, it's a great question. And this research study we're looking at interviewed the first 26 people who enrolled in a trial called the CARE trial to really understand what motivated them to do that and what kind of worries they had.
So this deep dive is going to be our shortcut to understanding why they made those decisions.
Exactly.
What was this CARE trial all about anyway?
So the CARE trial was a feasibility trial. So it was kind of like a test run to see if this weight loss program with dietitian support could be done and done successfully before they rolled it out to a larger group of people. And they wanted to see if this program could help folks waiting for colorectal cancer surgery.
Okay, so like a pilot episode for a TV show, you got to make sure people like it before investing in a whole season.
Exactly.
I like it.
And they were looking at a specific type of program. It involved a low-energy, nutritionally complete diet replacement with weekly support from a dietitian.
Okay, hold on. Nutritionally complete. Can you break that down for me? What does that even mean?
Sure. So it basically means that the diet replacements, usually in the form of shakes or soups, are carefully designed to provide all the nutrients your body needs, even though you're consuming less calories overall.
Okay.
So you're not missing out on the vital vitamins and minerals, even while losing weight.
So it's not just about cutting calories. It's about making sure you're still getting everything your body needs to function properly.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But getting back to the study, what's really interesting is what they found when they dug into people's motivations for joining this. It wasn't just about shedding a few pounds.
Really? What else were people hoping for?
Well, one participant put it really well. They said, I don't mind losing a bit of weight, but the main reason for me is so that the operation goes well. So you can see that for many people, it was about improving their surgical outcomes, and they saw it as a way to give themselves the best possible chance of a successful surgery and a good recovery.
Yeah, I can see that if you're facing a major surgery, you'd want to do everything you could to stack the deck in your favor, right?
Absolutely. And for some people, that sense of control was really a major draw.
Okay.
One person said, you've got no control over having cancer, but you have some control over what you eat and your lifestyle.
So in the middle of all the chaos and uncertainty, this program gave them a sense of agency.
Yeah.
A way to participate in their own well-being.
Exactly. It was empowering. Now, for others, it was about the science behind the program. The idea of a nutritionally complete diet developed by experts and backed by research gave them a sense of security.
Makes sense. When you're dealing with something as serious as cancer, you want to make sure you're making choices based on solid evidence, not just hearsay or fads.
Absolutely. And for many people, this program represented that. You know, they felt reassured knowing they were in good hands.
So it sounds like there was a real mix of motivations at play here, from wanting better surgical outcomes to feeling more in control to really trusting the science behind it all. Did everyone just jump on board without any hesitation? It's a big commitment, right?
You're right. There were definitely some reservations, some common concerns that came up again and again.
Okay, let's hear about those concerns in part 2.
You bet there were some hesitations. I mean, imagine preparing for major surgery and then you're asked to drastically change your diet. It's a lot to process.
Totally. So what were some of the top concerns?
Well, the calorie restriction was a big one. No surprise there. We're talking about a low-energy diet. And the thought of only consuming 800 calories a day was pretty daunting for a lot of people.
Yeah, 800 calories. That's like a side salad and like a tiny bite of dessert. No wonder people were worried.
People were concerned about feeling hungry all the time or experiencing side effects like, tiredness or irritability. Who wants to be hangry before surgery? And they were also worried about how the strict diet would affect their daily lives.
Yeah, I could see how that would throw a wrench into your routine.
Yeah.
Did people also have concerns about the taste of the food itself?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's not like they're getting gourmet meals delivered to their door. The taste and texture of these diet replacement products was a common worry.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're already going through so much. The last thing you want is to force down food you don't enjoy.
Right. So you've got all these motivations and reservations swirling around. But there's another layer of complexity here.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really insightful. Not everyone who signed up for the trial actually got to try the weight loss program.
Wait, what? Why not?
Well, remember, this was a clinical trial. And to get clear results, they needed to compare the weight loss program to what they call usual care. So they randomly assigned people to either the program group or the usual care group.
Ah, the classic control group versus treatment group. So some people were essentially rolling the dice, hoping to land on the weight loss program.
Exactly. And this is where communication is so important. Some of the folks who ended up in the usual care group said they were disappointed, like they felt like they'd missed out on a good opportunity. And sometimes this was linked to how the clinicians had talked about the program.
You mean like if the clinicians were really gung-ho about the weight loss program, it made being in the usual care group feel even worse?
Exactly. It's like getting all excited for a concert and then finding out you have tickets to the wrong show. And this highlights a really important point for researchers.
Okay, I'm all ears.
We have to be really careful about how we tell potential participants about the trial. We need to be upfront that not everyone's going to get the weight loss program and that both groups are really important for the research. It's about managing expectations from the start.
So it's about honesty and transparency, making sure people understand they're contributing to valuable research no matter what group they're in.
Absolutely. We don't want to create false hope or set people up for disappointment, especially when they're dealing with so much already.
Yeah, it's about respecting their time and their willingness to participate in something bigger than themselves.
Exactly. And, it's not just about preventing people from feeling let down. It's also about protecting the research itself.
Oh, how so?
Well, if people drop out of the trial because they're not happy with their group, it can mess up the results. You want both groups to be as similar as possible, except for the treatment being tested.
Right, that's how you know the treatment is what's making the difference if there is one.
Yeah.
So basically, clear and balanced communication is key, both to get people to sign up and to make sure the results are reliable.
Spot on. It's about finding that balance where people understand the importance of both parts of the trial and they feel valued for being part of it.
So what can we learn from all this? What are the implications of these findings? Let's talk about that in part 3. Okay, so we've talked about the motivations and the concerns people had, and it seems like how we talk about these trials is really important.
Yeah.
What's the big takeaway here? Why does all this matter, especially for folks who might be thinking about joining a trial like this?
Well, we're asking people who are already going through a cancer diagnosis and a major surgery
Right.
to make a big lifestyle change.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure they feel informed and empowered, not pressured or misled.
It's not just about getting people into a study.
Yeah,
It's about respecting them and letting them make their own choices.
exactly. And when we're clear about why we're doing the trial, right, what the benefits and the risks might be, and that not everyone will get the weight loss program, it actually helps the trial be more successful.
How so?
Well, if people understand why both the program group and the usual care group are important,
Yeah.
they're less likely to drop out if they don't get what they hoped for.
Okay.
And that means the researchers can get better results, which helps everyone in the long run.
So clear communication means more people stay in the study,
Right.
which means better data, which means better treatments and better outcomes for patients.
Exactly. It's like a chain reaction.
I like it.
And in this case, it could mean more people joining the CARE trial and getting us closer to finding out if this weight loss program can really help people facing colorectal cancer surgery.
So the next time you hear about a clinical trial, remember, it's not just about the science.
Yeah.
It's about the people and their reasons for being there and being willing to be part of something bigger than themselves. And it all starts with being clear and honest.
Well said. It's about valuing everyone who takes part, regardless of which group they end up in.
That's a great point. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.